And it does put people to work who are paying taxes, so that's more money for the state. And that's how we've sold the legislation in the first place, by explaining that this is a win-win program. And the state has finally bought into that, actually got a piece of legislation passed last year. The governor signed into law on October 11th to improve the program, which won't be implemented until the end of 2010, but I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, on the 250% program, what I'm telling more people more about now is how to help people out of the share of cost disaster. This program, if you qualify with, number one, a disability that is as defined by Social Security, number two, consistent income, number three, documentable consistent income. And there is no definition of work, and the phrase we use is earned income. And there is no definition of what work needs to be, how long it has to last, what amount you have to earn. No, it's $0 to $55,000. Now, you won't go in with $0 or $1, but I mean, you can earn little and escape and be rescued off of this no share of cost disaster that's happening to a lot of people right now. If you qualify for this program with those three categories, you go to your MediCal office, you ask to enroll in the MediCal 250% MediCal Working Disabled program, and I often advise people to take the brochure with them, because many MediCal workers, depending on where you're located, what county you're in, some counties are really consumer friendly on this program and others are really not. So you take the brochure with you, and when the eligibility worker tells you there is no such program, we don't know what you're talking about, just put it right there in front of them and say, this is it, look it up, it's there, and I qualify. So that's what you do, how you get into the program. We have examples of people that have come to advocates, and I'm from the L.A. area and work with many advocacy groups down there in L.A. And one example that we use is a gentleman who was quite not well and was pretty much stuck to being at home. And he was just there, and the advocate asked him, well, so what do you, and he got notified with like a $1,600 share of cost. He was also using Medicare Part D, and that something went up there, the premium there. Anyway, so they looked at his schedule of his day and how he spent it, and they came up with a neighbor next door who would come over with an elderly, not well dog and bring the dog for this gentleman to keep company with and look after while the other man was at work all day. So they said, well, why don't you ask him if he might be willing to pay you for doing this? You know, he's been doing it for a while, but would he be willing? And the neighbor said, oh, absolutely. They struck up a deal, $20 a week. He took that letter. You take either check stubs or a letter that shows documentation, and he took it to the MediCal, and he qualified, eliminated a $1,600 share of cost. We had another case. We were in San Diego doing a training, and we were told by one of the advocates down there they had a gentleman. I don't think he was homeless, but he was very destitute, and he had this share of cost. He started collecting cans and bottles that could be recycled, and when he took them to be recycled, he got receipts, and he took the receipts to the MediCal office, and every single week he had these receipts for $7.50, and he qualified. So it is about earned income, documentable and consistent, and disability. But on the other side of it, you can work, you can earn more. Now, the premium would be on, and you have it on your hard copy in the binder. The premium, there's a scale of what you pay according to your income, the monthly premium. And for $0 to $600, the premium would be $20 a month. So you exchange $1,000 or $1,200 share of cost, and you get a $20 monthly premium. That's a pretty good arrangement. And so it's very doable for a low part-time kind of income that you can prove. The other thing that I think that's really interesting is that I have friends on the public authority in L.A. who have qualified for this program because of the monthly stipend they receive as board members. So there's another option.
So the stipend can be used
It has been, yes.
because right now my girlfriend has a medical test. Her went from zero copay to now $858.
Right.
And she doesn't know what to do because she's in a nursing home and she has to come up with $800 before she can get paid and get taken care of.
Yeah. So if she has this stipend and she has the documents that show that she's getting this stipend every month, you can take it to the MediCal office and show them. And that's consistent and it's documentable.
Good.
So
How long do you have to work?
you don't. There is no definition.
2 months and you got the
Wait.
documentation of you earned your money.
Yeah.
2 months,
Yeah, that's good.
6 months.
No, there's no. That's not written down anywhere. You just have to show that you've been doing it. And, I'm sure that a lot depends on who you're talking to in your MediCal office. And if you don't get really a positive, receptive response with the first person, I wouldn't stop with the first person. I would go up the chain of command. The other thing to know, too, is that every county has a county coordinator for the 250% program, every county. And if you go on the CHIP website, CHIIP.org, they have a list of all the county coordinators with their names and their phone numbers on that website. So that's the other person that you can turn to. In Los Angeles, we have 40 MediCal offices. We developed a liaison list, and every MediCal office in LA County has a liaison person who has been trained. And we give out, when I do the trainings, I give out the liaison list with all those individuals' names and phone numbers. So you can't take the first rejection as official. And because this is a program, and it is out there, and people need to know about it.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is a case, example, I know somebody that has a terminal illness, is receiving Social Security, from MediCal, Medicare Part B, and but he tells me he has so many treatments, he has to see so many doctors, so he's stuck in the poverty line because he tries to make some extra money. Social Security comes, they told him that he has to report every penny to me. So Social Security and SSI, there's a difference there.
Yes. There are differences, yeah. SSI has one set of regulations. SSDI has another set of regulations. The other thing I didn't get around to yet was that SSDI and going back to work, there's a whole other set of regulations about that apply only to SSDI, and that is the 9-month trial period, the monthly the monthly amount that you can earn, and you're still under the